the last thing we did was summon a meeting with Steve Jobs. He summoned me, he gave me the date and time to come to see him in Cupertino. And at this point, this is in like the late 90s. So it's a completely different world. Apple has been losing money, is basically on its knees, which is why they bring Steve Jobs back. Because they brought in the best, like, great leader out of Pepsi, everything else in the company just going down. And they meanwhile get a $150 million loan so they can stay alive. And that comes from Microsoft. Not naturally would think they're best friend, but Microsoft's being sued in Europe as a monopoly. So if the Apple system falls out of bed, they are a monopoly and they can't win their lawsuit. So they put money into Apple. Apple brings Steve Jobs back in to turn the company around. Meanwhile, in retail, their partner is a company called CompUSA, which is the big computer retailer that was very hot for a period of time, and they're going out of business. So Steve's now got a problem because he needs retail distributions before they do the Apple stores. And so he summons me, and I'm only allowed to come alone, to come and see him in Cupertino. And at that point, we're a much more successful company than he is, right?
I was just going to say, he summons you?
He summons me to, this is where sometimes humility is really helpful. And anyway, I would have gone anyway because I was fascinated to meet him, would have done anything to meet him. So he summons me, but in the morning, I've got a meeting with the CEO of HP, which is then a hugely successful company, and they wear suits. So I put on a suit and tie, and so I walk into the office of Cupertino, and Steve looks at me and says, "Do you even know who I am? Do you know how, you see how he's in jeans and his black turtlenecks? See how I'm attired in terms of, have you ever heard of me? Do you know anything about in terms of who I am as a human being?" Yeah, well, why you look like that? So that was the start. And then he launches into, everybody in this industry is stupid. And he goes on the whiteboard and he starts writing on the whiteboard, this is what a customer wants. And this whole industry does this. So the customer wants this. Everybody in this industry does this. You're all dumb. And Brad, I'm going to give you a huge opportunity because you now can be the retailer that can sell we now will sell you because you can sell our product. So then I said, you know how many people I get? So he describes how many people, and he says, well, about 400 of the people I got working here, they don't do anything. I said, okay, Steve, what are you doing about that? He says, I'm hiring more. You're hiring more? Yeah, I'm hiring more. Why? Because this is right when the first intercom bubble collapses. Mm-hmm. So HP has now gone to the class at Stanford and said, we had jobs for you guys, sorry, don't. So he doesn't have even a strategy at that point in time. He's got a point of view, but he doesn't have product or anything else. And he doesn't have anything except this borrowed money. And he takes it in and he hires the people, the next generation of engineers that the rest of the guys think they don't need or can't afford to hire at this point in time. And he flips the whole industry.